Programming can be defined as the process of writing computer programs. You can see from the word programming, that is, the ing in English represents the process in which you do something, like doing, like do, then the ing that is added to do. Actually, the one we are concerned about in this HTML, Python, Java, programming language, the first definition is what you're going for. The process of writing computer programs. So we are going to be learning how to use the HTML for this video. As well as we may know, HTML stands for Hypertext Markup Language. Hypertext Markup Language. HTML, as you can see, HTML stands for Hypertext Markup Language. Actually, this is way it's supposed to be written. Hypertext Markup Language. It's supposed to be Y here. Hypertext Markup Language. And there are different. There's what we call tags in programming. Tags includes like the the beginning of the command and the end. That's what entails a command. Okay, in this video, we're going to be creating a Hello World of website this page. So when you want to start, you have to use you also have to start with the forward bracket, then HTML. This is called a tag, and this is the first tag in any programming language. In any HTML programming web page, you first start with HTML, or sometimes you can see uh, doc type. Doc type HTML. You see the same thing, just trying to tell you that the doc represents a document type HTML language, HTML. So when you want to program, there are different applications you can use. There are different applications you can use. You can use Notepad. As you can see, this is Notepad. This is what you're using, Notepad. It has different features. Updated version of Notepad. You have the Notepad plus plus. Notepad plus plus. Okay, this is it here. This Notepad plus plus, we can use this to also program. Create a new one, then start programming. You can change this text. It has different, this new, open, save all, close all, print, cut, copy, paste, undo, redo, find, replace, zoom in, zoom out, this magnification, synchronize vertical scrolling, and a lot more. You can also use sublime text. This is another wonderful application for programming. You can use sublime text. Most programmers love dark theme, so this is a dark theme. You can also use Visual Studio and some many other ones. There are just so many applications you can use. Like I said before, you can use any other one. It doesn't matter on the type. It's just the features that different programming language, different programming programs, just like the Notepad, Notepad plus plus, Sublime Text will give you. It's still the same thing. If you program on each of them, still give you the same result. But the different features they give you, just like security, um, the way you can watch over your work that nobody be able to edit anything. Okay, let's just see this. Um, there's a feature monitoring. Once you click on this monitoring, anything, anybody that comes to your system will not be able to do anything. And typing on this thing, it won't show since it's on monitoring. It's on monitoring. But if using the normal notepad, it doesn't have any monitoring stuff. So someone can edit your work like that and spoil your work. So it's just the different features they offer that gives the difference, but they all have the same result always. So we are going to be starting from programming tags. So this is a typical example of a web page. This indicates the title of the web page. As you can see, this indicates the title of the web page, the heading of the web page, whatever heading you want to give it, then anything you want to put in the web page is all your choice. So you're going to be looking at how this thing can be created using HTML, hypertext markup language. So I'm going to be using Sublime Text. Since it's going to make my work a little bit bigger, font and larger. Thank you. So we start with HTML. Typing HTML. Doesn't matter about the either you type it in caps or not. It's still the same thing. It works in the same way. Don't for okay. You're going to be treating tags. So anytime you open a tag, always learn to close it. Just like when you open a tab, always learn to close it after you're done using the tab. So in programming, it applies the same thing applies. So when you open a tag, you have to always learn how to close it by applying a forward slash. You can also use the forward slash and type in the tag created to close it. So in this way, I've already started an HTML tag and I've closed it. Naturally, anything I type below after I've closed the HTML tag is not expected to show, or any commands I put under it will not be shown. So we are following format. According to this format, we start with our title. So that means we have to open a title tag. Whatever you want to be in your title, in some other websites, you see the title of this, and just like this one, this is the title of the web page, speed dial. So and this one is our this is the title of this web page as we are seeing. So the next thing, after opening your HTML tag, you open the next one, then the title. Always remember the forward slash, the the brackets. This is the type of bracket you use. You don't use any other type of bracket in programming. So we type our title, whatever title you want to put in there. Okay, title of our web page. Whatever title you put here, like whatever thing you put in the title, is what is going to show in the title of the web page you are creating. So as I said at first, when you open the tag, always learn to close it. So we close our title. So the next one is the heading of the web page. This represents the heading of the web page. Whatever heading or heading title you want to give your web page, this way you are going to put it. So you start with your open by opening the bracket, then put head, close the bracket, and whatever heading title you want to give your this thing, your website, you type it in between the open and close tag of the head. Like I said earlier, it doesn't matter if you put it in caps or not. they all perform the same function. So let's just type it. This are the head. So after we have written the head, next thing we want to put is we want to put something tangible on our web page so for people to see. This is hello world. This is my first HTML created page. So let's look at how we are going to write that if we want to write it when we are programming. When you want to write anything in a web page, you have to start with H. So the H represents I say we have to start with the H using H. The H represents the H represents the header file. Don't mistake it for the heading. The header file and the heading are separate different tags. So we start with writing H. Then whatever font you want to give it, either the H1, the H2, the H3, the H4, H5, and H6. These are the different sizes of fonts uh, in programming. So the H1 is the biggest. So you close it, then write anything you want to write. Okay, our first HTML created page. You, you can close it if you like. H3. You have to close it in case you want to use different fonts for different words. So if you want to use another one, you can use H3. You can use H2, H3, let's just check the sizes and how it show. You copy this and let's just paste it around. Control V, Control V. So this one H1, let's change to H2, H3, H4, H5, and H6. 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. So this is it. We have created a simple HTML page. So let's uh, save it and execute it to see how our web page is doing. So when you want to save it, there are important things you have to note. So you go to file, then save, or you press the Ctrl S. So wherever you want to save it, indicate. Then uh, uh, our first HTML page. Dot html. This is very important. If you don't put html, it will only open it in Sublime Text or Notepad or any programming application. It won't open it as in a web browser. So you have to put html just to indicate that you want to execute it. So you press save. You see when we saved it, the color has changed. It recognizes it as a valid HTML page. So let's check it out. This is it that save it in new library, then our first HTML page. As you can see, this is the title of our web page, the head, our first HTML created page. I tell you about the different sizes and fonts. This H1 the biggest, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6, and it decreases that way. Thank you very much. Don't forget to subscribe my YouTube channel to see more videos on programming tutorials.